What is up, guys? We are back. We're doing some more comic coloring. We're working on page 10. And as you can see, we're actually pretty far along. We just have to do some detail work, fill in a couple gaps. Yeah, so this page is just about wrapped. I figured I would just hop on just for like a half hour and share some of what I'm doing. I'll explain how I'm doing it too, as we're here. Hey Crusader, thank you for the likes. Thanks for joining. So you guys, you should be able to see. Let's do this. You should be able to see the YouTube chat now too. So hopefully we'll get some visitors on there. YouTube's been kind of hit and miss, but I appreciate you guys on TikTok for hopping on for these. Let me just... There's a setting here. Oh, I guess that's it. Alright, we're good. Anyways. Let's do some coloring. So there's a bunch of layers on this page. And layers basically allow us to color separately from other things, so they don't overlap or interact with each other. So we have our sky. I have no idea what this is. It's not doing anything. There's the flat colors on the characters. These are racing mechs. We have background shading. You can see the difference there. And then there's also shade on the characters. And there's a couple effect layers too. We have some atmospheric shading, as well as some mist in the top panel. I don't know if you guys can see that too. These are all separate, so if I need to make adjustments, we can do that and not have to lose a bunch of work. Anyways, so what we're going to be doing is working on cleaning up here. We have some area that needs to be colored. And so we're going to do that actually with a brush, because it's kind of detail work. We might be able to get away with the fill tool as well. We'll see. Now I got to figure out which layer that's on. There we go, layer 5. Okay. So we'll use the selection tool as far as we can get away with it. Very, very helpful. Just kind of speeding things up. Because now we're basically just like, you know, tap the button to fill. And to give you guys a sense of like how big these machines actually are. What is my camera doing? Hang on. Okay, that's better. How big these machines actually are. One of these markers is taller than a person, so they're pretty big. And I thought it'd be a fun idea to do something different with mechs, because usually giant mechs are always fighting or destroying things, and it's a racing league. And like there's no set design, like you can kind of build your own and enter a racing tournament with a mech. And yes, this is actually it's just a side scene. It's not even the main story. But I wanted to do something fun to open the book up with, like a fun opening sequence. And there is some significance, like it's not entirely pointless. There is a character introduced in this race that is important to the story. He doesn't have a huge role, but he is going to be a returning character throughout the rest of the series. Alright, so I'm trying to decide. I've been using the screen layer on this ice. Let's go back to 5 really quick. I've been using the screen layer on the ice to give it a transparent look. And screen basically, it colors over your line art, but it doesn't color over the color white, if that makes sense. So it covers black but not white. And I will demonstrate that in a second. So it's really nice. We used it on a previous page that I do not have open. Let me just open that for you. We used it on a previous page here to give the helmet that kind of look. So it has a transparency layer kind of over it, but you can still see the color underneath. So it's pretty helpful in that regard. So that's just a separate layer labeled screen, and it gives you that effect. We're just gonna, whoops, try that again. Just gonna do a little bit of cleanup here. All right, and I think what we can do, we're gonna go to that layer and make this look more like ice. Did I say screen? Oh, overlay. I'm sorry, it's actually the overlay setting. That's the one that lets you color over the top of line art. So I'm very mistaken. I'm gonna say it one more time. If you need to do an effect that makes your black line art a different color, you want to use overlay. We're just making the ice look more icy. I do need to figure out a better way to do this. I'm sure there is one. I just haven't figured it out yet. Because, you know, normally you'd think like, oh, I'll just select the lines, but they're connected to other stuff, so I wouldn't just be selecting the ice, I'd be selecting pretty much the entirety of the background. Just sharpen the edges a little bit. And we're going to switch tools, actually. We're going to go with the G pen. And just see if we can follow these lines a little bit more closely. And not bad. Wow. Hopefully our connection's good. We are not messing around with the Wi-Fi thing anymore. We're wired, so hopefully it's nice and stable and clear for everybody. So you can see this exciting ice coloring action. Just gotta fill the rest of this in. My goal recently has just been to just do this, like just be online while I'm working. I'm still getting used to it. Like I'm not used to just like being live, or just like being with people while I'm doing this. And yeah, gotta adapt though. I know this is something that a lot of people like seeing, like the creation process. So yeah, we're gonna just try to make it easier for everybody to join in and like be a part of it. All right, there is a little bit more ice. But we gotta do some cleanup here. So I put some background color in there. Just like that, it is gone. Oh, you're the same way too? Yeah. I don't know, it's... So you probably feel the same way as me, like, you just want to make art, right? But it's 2025. There's all this, like, extra stuff you have to do, like, if you want to be successful and, like, have people actually know that you exist. And sadly, this is... Not sadly. This is part of it. Like, there's just no getting around it. I'm not sure I've seen you live. I don't think it's come up in my feed. Like my For You page. Five. Gonna color these really quick. There is a little mistake in the background we got to correct too. Once I figure out where the sky is, live around 6 p.m. Eastern time, only on for an hour or so. Hey, at least you have a set time. I still haven't decided like what my schedule is exactly. I do need to decide like when I'm gonna be doing this, because right now it's kind of like when I feel like it, but that's no good. Like it's not good for like building an audience. Like if you're on a schedule, then people know like, oh hey, I should hop on because he's gonna be doing some art. So we're gonna add some light on these race markers here. And then we'll probably do a little bit of a blur effect on top of this. But we are going to correct our background here. So this spot right here is making it look like the ground drops off, and it doesn't. So we're going to have to do a little cleanup. perfect. Just clear this out and then we'll fill it with the right color. You know, little things like that make a difference. Concert starting next year. Go live 3 times a week. That sounds great. That sounds like a great strategy. And 3 times, that's not super overwhelming, you know? I might have to copy you there. And be like, okay, we gotta take this serious. That's not the right layer. Layer 1. There we go. Alright, so there is just, again, like small things. Trying to be consistent, so I have some color samples up here at the top for these suits, but also I have color samples down here at the bottom for the background. And I think... I'm not sure what to think. I'm not sure if that's the right color. We may have to open a... Oh, here we go. We want that fog right there in the background. Alright, and hopefully, at this point, what we can do is just select and fill. Yes, we can. Trying to keep the color constant across separate comic pages. I feel like I spend half my energy just trying to make sure I'm doing that right. It's super tricky because you don't want to, like, I don't know, you don't want your colors like being consistent across, especially across the same scene. And this is a 20-page opening sequence, so it's gotta be right. Yeah, we're gonna work right on top of this. So shout outs to a video game called Everspace. I believe it's on PC. It's also on the Switch. But they do some really, really cool stuff in this game. It's a space game. Just some really unique settings, like in space. They've actually been like a big inspiration. So, yeah. Very, very creative stuff. Including like stuff like this. Like these are ice pillars that are like floating in this nebula. Straight out of the game. Like I was playing it and I saw it and I'm like, oh, we're doing that. Alright, we're just gonna soften this up a little bit. So this is the first occurrence of an anomaly in the series. They've been mentioned, but this is the first time we're seeing one. And this is all going to lead to a very unfortunate event. So the space anomalies actually affect how physics work in a localized area. And this one, so they're kind of color-coded. Red is power amplification. So if you're running, say, I don't know, like a fusion power giant mech, it could very easily overload it, or specific components. So that's actually kind of the point of this opening sequence too, is to show just how serious the situation is with these anomalies and how dangerous they really are. because then we can justify our characters doing what they have to do to go out, save lives, and eventually start to get to the bottom of where these anomalies are coming from. Alright, we're just cleaning up again just a little bit here because the light's coming from underneath. So we're just erasing the very edge. Immediately looks better. Oh, but look at this, we missed a spot. Get a sample of that blue. Then we'll just do the blur tool really quick. Yeah, this suit is pretty interesting because it's the limbs are like magnetically locked. So they just kind of like float in the air like that, but they're connected, but they're also not. Like, it's kind of like a little bit of both. I spent 2 weeks working on designing all of these mechs that are in this race scene. One of the many, we'll say snags that I ran into working on this book was the design work. I kind of underestimated how much work it would be to create things that I had never seen before, that the reader's never seen before. But I think it's really it'll be worth it in the end because this book's not gonna look like anything else. You know, the characters, the universe, it's all really unique. Okay, looking pretty clean. We do just have a couple spots we're going to take care of, but this page is approaching finish. It's getting there. Hey, thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. Alright, so let's grab that overlay layer again, and this will actually allow us to add some lighting effect. Mainly reflected light. So we already have our glowing effect, but this is going to basically let us say, like, hey, like, there is some light bouncing around. That is very subtle. I don't think that's bright enough. Hang on. Alright, well, it's just a very shaded area anyways. But over here, a couple of streaks. These little details are definitely going to, like, have an effect on how quickly I can do this book. Much as I want to just, like, speed through it, I also want to make sure that it looks really cool. So, small stuff like that, it does make a difference. Oh. And we almost forgot, so we have to add this like blur effect on these markers. And which layer is it? It is layer, not that one. There it is. Okay. So we'll just soften the edges on this. With the blur tool. Where's my mouse? There it is. Okay. A couple more spots here with the ice. And I think we're pretty close to saying this is done. Just do a couple of small touches and then we're gonna call it. This is part of the struggle with this too, is like how detailed do you want to get? Because we could just keep going forever and we don't want to fall into that trap. I think we're gonna have to take a look at a previous page just to be sure we're doing this right. What page is that? That is page 9. We're gonna open page 1 and just take a quick look at what we did here. Okay. We're gonna call that close enough. So yeah, I think that'll be it for now. Let's save our work before we forget, because that would be tragic. But there you have page 10, first appearance of our space anomaly. This effect was actually a lot of fun to do. This is like I basically like copy and pasted the single image, added some glow effect, and then there's a, what do you call it? It is actually labeled fingertip. So fingertip drags the color across the page. So that's how we got these squiggly, almost like distortion effects on this. Because I really wanted to make sure that this looked weird. Like, whatever's happening here is not something normal. And I wanted to make sure that, like, you got that vibe from this last panel. But yeah, so the story is going to continue. Let me see what page we're on here. Whoops. Find that. So here's page 11. We've already done a little bit of blocking in, like adding some flat color. But all these pages, they do start just plain old black and white. I keep doing that. What? hang on. That's not right either. Oh, goodness. Okay. There we go. Okay. So they start out just plain old black and white. And sometimes, you know, I look at it and I'm like, oh, geez, like, that's very, very plain. But you can see the difference. Like once we have color on the page, it's night and day. So yeah, this has been really fun. This is a really fun part of this process, making a comic book, because now we're starting to really get into like adding that atmosphere and mood, and even storytelling. Like color is useful in storytelling too. But yeah, we're gonna hop off. It's been just over a half hour, so we're gonna take a little break before we get into the next page. But I'll be back on later. Thank you guys for joining. Thanks for hanging out. If you haven't read the first volume of my book, it is available right now on my Etsy shop. D.S.R. Deep Space Rescue Volume 1. It is big. It is 64 pages. And, of course, you already know, it's full color, too. But the reviews have been awesome. Check it out if you get a chance. And, yeah, thanks for joining. We will see you later.